Hello and welcome to the maths class. This is teacher Swati and we are starting with a new unit that is simplifying expressions and solving equations. So let's get started. Now here you can see a linear expression in front of you, that is 2n plus 3. You can write the same linear expression in different ways. The expression given below these arrows all mean the same thing, although the first expression is the way you would write it normally. This one. Normally we write it this way. You often need to simplify or transform an expression by writing it in a different way, like 2n plus 3. It means 2 multiplied by n plus 3. It also means 3 plus 2n. It's the same. And again 3 plus 2 multiplied by n. They all mean the same. This is usually to make it easier to work with. Now, note that while simplifying these expressions, make sure you do not change the value. The value must not be changed. For example, over here, 5n minus 3. 5n minus 3 is the expression given in front of you, which is written in two different ways. 3 minus 5n and minus 3 plus 5n. So just have a look at it. The first one, the main expression over here is 5n minus 3. 3 over here is having negative sign and 5n is having no sign. That means it is positive. But here in the first expression up over here, 3 is shown with positive sign because there is no sign in front of it. Whereas here it is negative. So the value of 3 completely changes. Whereas 5n is shown here as positive and here it is shown as negative. Value completely changes, which is not correct way to write. Let us check with the another expression that is given, minus 3 plus 5n. Now here in the first expression, 3 is having negative sign, and similarly in the lower expression over here, 3 is also having negative sign, 5n positive, 5n positive. So the value of the expression is not changed at all. So this is the correct way to write it. Now there are a few guidelines for writing expressions. Let us see what are those. First one, write products without multiplication sign. Over here, 2 multiplied by n is given in front of you. You can write it as 2n simply. If there is no sign between a number and a letter, that means multiplication is present over there. Next you have write the number before the letter, that is like instead of writing x2, you can write 2x. Then write the terms with letters before number terms. Like for example over here 3y plus 4. Instead of writing 4 plus 3y, though it means the same, the value does not change, but still it is correct to write the letters expressions first, first and then the number terms. Then we have write terms in alphabetical orders. Whatever terms have been given to you, they are having few alphabets in it. Always it is more correct to write those terms in alphabetical order. Like for example, 4a plus 5b. Alphabetically a comes before b, so we are writing 4a plus 5b. Next we have when a term has more than one letter. A term is having more than one letter, like 7xy. So write the alphabetical order of the alphabets. Write it in alphabetical order only. Like for example, over here it is given 6CD. C comes alphabetically before D, so we can write 6CD. Though you can also write 6DC, but the correct way of writing it is 6CD. The last guideline that you are having is write negative terms after positive terms. if you're writing these negative terms after positive terms, it is always easy for you to simplify the expressions. So this is a very important guideline. Use guidelines to rewrite these expressions. Now we have gone through some guidelines, and we are going to use those guidelines as the rules, and we are going to simplify this, or we are going to rewrite these expressions. Now for example, the first one, 3 plus 5 multiplied by n. We have seen in the guideline, the first one had that we don't have to write the multiplication sign between a number and a letter. So you can write it as 3 plus 5n. And the second guideline was that the terms which are having alphabets must be written first and then the number terms. So instead of writing it as 3 plus 5n, it is more correct to write 5n plus 3. Next, d multiplied by 5 plus 2 multiplied by c. Now d multiplied by 5, 2 multiplied by c, we already saw that the multiplication sign is not necessary when it is between a number and a letter. So we will better write it as 5d plus 2c, as we have to write the number first and then the alphabet. So 5d plus 2c. Now alphabetically in this whole expression, c is coming first. So we are supposed to write the c term, that is 2c first and then the 5d. 2c plus 5d is the correct way of writing it. Next we have minus 8ba plus 9. Now here again the last guideline that we studied was that the negative terms must be written after the positive ones. So we can write it as 9 minus 8ab. You can see, children, in all the expressions given over here, though we are rewriting it, we are not changing their values. That is very, very important. Now we are going to simplify the expressions that are being given in front of us. Now simplifying expression can be done by collecting like terms. Now what are these like terms? Like terms are terms that contain the same letter or letters. Now how do we do that? Let us see. First one is been given in front of you, that is 4 plus 2x plus 3x. Now 4 is a number term, 2x and 3x are alphabetical terms, and the alphabets over here are the same. So we can say that these both are the like terms in front of us. So we are going to solve this like term part first. So we will write 4 as it is over here, and then 2x plus 3x. 2x plus 3x is equal to 5x. So we will directly write 5x. So we have simplified it. Instead of writing two different terms, we have simplified it. We have combined it and written it as 5x. So 4 plus 5x is the answer. But according to the guidelines, we are supposed to write the alphabetical terms first and then the number terms. So more correct way of writing this is 5x plus 4. Next expression that is in front of us is 2y plus 6y square minus 3y square minus 10y. Over here, the first term has y, another one has y square, third one has y square, and then the last one also has y. Now here, though the alphabets used are y, but still they all are not like terms. Y square, these both terms are like terms. Indices 1 and the normal 2y and 10y. These both are again like terms. So we will first arrange them together. We will collect the like terms and arrange them together. So how do we write it? 6y square minus 3y square. First we have written. These are the two like terms taken together. Then plus 2y minus 10y. These are another like terms. We are taking it together. Always remember that the terms which are having indices are supposed to be written in the first part. So we have taken y square terms in the first and then the normal y ones. So 6y square minus 3y square, that is equal to 3y square. So we have written 3y square here plus 2y minus 10y. Now here the bigger number has negative sign, the smaller number has positive sign. plus and minus opposite signs, we are going to do subtraction. So 10 minus 2 gives us 8. So we will be writing the answer as 8y. But the bigger number has a negative sign. So we are supposed to put the sign of the bigger number itself. So it is minus 8y. So the final answer is 3y square minus 8y. Here in front of you are a few practice questions given for you to solve in your notebook. Simplify each expression. First one is 3CD plus 4DE plus 7DC minus 2ED. And the second one is A square plus 2A plus 2 minus A square plus 5A. Simplify each expression using the collecting like term method and use all the guidelines that we have studied. Thank you.